So I want to talk about becoming a focused professional. You know, I mentioned that marketers stay up all night trying to think about how can they show their brand to the world? How can they get people to adopt the same opinion of the brand that the marketer does? And what they spend a lot of time thinking about is who are they trying to communicate with and what are they trying to communicate? And one of the biggest things I'd love for you to take away today, if you don't take away the tactics or anything, is take away this concept. It's going to help you on social media. It's actually going to help you in every aspect of promoting your business and yourself. If you think like a marketer, they ask themselves 3 questions. The first is, what is my goal? So let me ask you this, what is your goal? And you don't have to tell me, but write it down. Even if you think it's obvious, try to write it down. It actually can be a lot harder to write our goals than we think. Is it, again, bring in more clients? Is it, have more assets under management? Is it to write a certain number of policies every year? Is it growth? Is it to work with a different type of client? Figure out what exactly are your goals. Okay. Number two. There. Which of your audiences is most important? This is critical, and really for all of you who are agents out in the field working, this is really important because one of the first answers I get when I ask people, say, who do you work with? Who's your target market? One of the most common responses, of course, is everybody. Yeah, doesn't work so well. One of the first things I learned as a young salesperson is if you try to be everything to everybody, you're nothing to no one. Okay, so figure out which of the audiences that you want to communicate is most important. And that's going to be really important online because you just have one LinkedIn profile. If you try to speak to everybody and a lot of different audiences with that one profile, the message gets very muddled. And then instead of communicating clearly with a lot of people, you don't communicate at all with anybody. All right, so figure out which of those audiences, is it your clients that you want to talk to and build relationships with? Is it your prospects? All right. Are there centers of influence that you really want to communicate because they're the ones that are driving referrals into your business? But figure out who that most important audience is and talk to them. By the way, everybody else will understand that conversation. Right? If your prospects are the most important audience, talk to them. Your peers will understand that conversation you're having as a third party. They'll get what you're doing. Okay? But be clear. And finally, what's the message that you want to send to them? What message do they need to hear? Is it about your experience? Is it about the way you take care of the people in your practice? What is the most important message that they need to hear? There's probably many, by the way. It's hard to sometimes just pick one, but what is that thing that if they were just sitting there right in front of you that you would want them to understand? That's your most important message. So the reason why this is so important is that if we have these strategic answers, by the way, this is going to be great for our LinkedIn presence, but it's great for everything. Right? It actually helps inform all of your marketing, all of the communication that you have. Right? It can help you if you're creating a website. It can help you if you're creating other marketing materials. Right? It can help you build your elevator speech if you're out doing networking in the real world. But it definitely helps you online, all right, in creating your profile.